Sensory gardens, unleashing nature's symphony. Gardening and landscape design encompasses much more than just mere aesthetics. Today, there's a growing recognition that gardens can offer a multi-sensory journey, engaging our sight, touch, sound, scent, and even our taste. Whether you're a landscape architect designing outdoor spaces, a retail nursery worker providing expert guidance, or an experienced home gardener looking to elevate your own oasis, embracing all five senses can forge a profound connection with nature. Join me in this video as we discover why integrating diverse sensory elements into your garden designs enhances the enjoyment of both visitors and yourself. Sensory garden principles. Creating a sensory garden involves thoughtful design principles that engage all five senses and guide visitors through a truly immersive experience. Consider following these guidelines when designing your sensory garden. Layout and flow. Carefully plan the layout of your garden to ensure a seamless flow from one sensory experience to another. Design pathways that lead visitors through different zones or areas, each dedicated to stimulating a different specific sense. For example, you could have a fragrant garden section with scented flowers and herbs, a textured garden area with plants of varying textures that you can touch, or a quiet corner for peaceful relaxation. Alternatively, you can incorporate all of the five senses in different ways within each zone. Seating areas. Incorporate comfortable seating areas strategically placed throughout the garden, allowing visitors to relax, pause, and fully absorb the sensory richness of the environment. These spaces can serve as serene retreats amidst the sensory stimulation. Accessibility and inclusivity. Ensure that your sensory garden is accessible to all visitors. Consider implementing wheelchair-friendly paths, clear signage, and other accommodations to make the space welcoming and inclusive to people of all abilities, especially if the garden that you're designing is for the public. Now that we've been through some of the design principles, the first sense we'll start with is the most obvious one: sight. We all love to be in a beautiful garden, and even though it's the sense that most of us focus on while we're creating a garden, we can't talk about a sensory garden without mentioning aesthetic beauty. Some colour combinations look better together than others. Familiarise yourself with the basic colour relationships to create pleasing combinations. The most common colour relationships include complementary colours. These are colours that are opposite each other on the colour wheel, such as red and green or purple and yellow. Complementary colours create strong contrast and can make each other appear more vibrant when used together. Analogous colours. These are colours that are next to each other on the colour wheel, such as blue or green, or yellow and orange. Analogous colours create a harmonious and cohesive effect because they share similar undertones. Monochromatic colour combinations. These are different shades, tints, and tones of a single colour. Monochromatic colour schemes provide a sense of unity and can create a calming or sophisticated look. Triadic colours. These are three colours evenly spaced on the colour wheel, such as red, yellow, and blue. Triadic colour schemes offer a balanced and vibrant combination. Once you've got your colour palette sorted, think about how these elements work within your garden together as the seasons change. Maybe you'd like flowers all year round, in which case you'll need to plan for multiple flowering species, because most plants only flower for a season or two. In autumn, deciduous leaves will change colour, and by winter they'll be gone completely. How will your garden look when the trees are naked and bare? Incorporating different visual textures into the garden will add interest and aesthetic appeal. Textures can be achieved by using different materials such as stone, brick, wood, or even metal. They can also be added by different types of plants. Paperbark melaleucas, crepe myrtles, and spotted gums all have interesting bark textures, while lamb's ears, palm trees, and ferns all have leaves that add visual textural interest. Think about the different shapes in your space. Let that strappy plant cascade off the rock wall or pathway to break up the straight lines. For example, Lucia Dianella caerulea does a great job of softening this pathway. The creative uses of lighting can add drama and create a special ambience in the garden, and the addition of sculptures, furniture, and other art pieces can personalise a space and make it truly unique. There's a great pleasure in feeling the texture of your garden elements. The soft touch of certain petals, the roughness of some trees' bark, and the waxy feeling of certain leaves all add to your garden's sensory depth. Including features like a water feature or a natural stone pathway will give you another chance to connect with nature, which can help calm the mind and your spirit. Encourage guests to take off their shoes before walking over smooth stones so that they can ground themselves as they connect with your garden directly. Incorporate different textures such as plants with fuzzy foliage, spiky aloe veras, or smooth leaf plants to add more variety. A curtain of pendulous silver birch leaves kissing your face as you pass through a pathway is a delightful way to enter a sensory garden. Lamb's ears are soft and fuzzy, so they make a great ground cover that children will love to touch. As the wind moves through your garden, plants like grasses, bamboos, and lomandras will wave gently in unison, mesmerizing you and your guests while introducing a gentle rustling sound to your garden. Bringing us to the next sense, sound. Some plants make more sound than others, especially when there's wind present, as I mentioned earlier. Figure out which direction the wind usually comes from and channel it into a wind tunnel using plants and structures to increase the peaceful sound. The sound of running water is incredibly calming and can help mask unwanted noises from the outside world. Water features come in all shapes and sizes, so you're sure to find one that fits your space and budget. Wind chimes are another great way to add some gentle background noise to your garden. You can purchase wind chimes that incorporate all types of sounds, or you can create a bespoke set of wind chimes using pieces of glass, timber, stone, or metal. Just stuff that you have lying around. Stones or gravel can create a variety of different sounds in your garden, and you can use them as a path that makes a crunching sound as you and your guests walk along it, or you could use them in a water feature to enhance the bubbling sound. Animals are another way to add sounds to your garden, particularly birds. There are many ways to encourage birds in your garden, but a great place to start is by providing a bird bath and creating some habitat and food sources with the right types of plants. Grevilleas and clystemons are beautiful plants that nectar-loving birds like rainbow lorikeets absolutely love. They also build a great habitat for birds to hide inside of, away from the grasp of predators. If you'd like to add more specific sounds to your garden, such as the sound of waves crashing on the shore or rain falling, you can download these recordings and play them on speakers. Don't worry, it's not cheating because there's no right or wrong way to make a sensory garden, as long as you're engaging different senses. Scent. In order for most flowering plants to reproduce, they need pollinators like friendly hoverflies, bees, and butterflies to transfer pollen from the male organ, stamen, to the female organ, pistil. As an added bonus, they smell amazing to us too. And so do other plant parts of certain types of plants, such as the leaves of herbs like mint, thyme, and basil. But remember that herbs and flowers aren't the only source of nice smells in a garden. Leaves and sometimes bark from other plants can introduce new scents. Eucalyptus, lemon myrtle, and a range of other plants can add aromas to your garden that will make them a nicer place to visit. Lily-pilly leaves smell amazing. Pluck one from the plant, crush it in your fingers, and then inhale. You can also taste a few of their sweet tart berries. Check out this columnar variety called Straight and Narrow Syzygium australe. Many, but not all of the plants that smell nice in your garden can also be eaten. Sure, you can cook with herbs, but you can also enhance your gardening experience even more by plucking a few leaves, crushing them up, and after you've had a good sniff, popping them in your mouth fresh. You can't get much closer to nature than that. Just make sure to learn which plants can be eaten and which can't. Sensory gardens for therapeutic purposes. Spending time in a sensory garden has been shown to have positive effects on mental and physiological health. The combination of natural beauty, engaging sensory elements, and tranquility can help to reduce stress, promote relaxation, and improve mood. Whether you're anxious, depressed, or suffer from some type of disability, simply spending time in a garden that engages your senses can reset your mood and put you in a fresh state of mind. The sensory stimulation can evoke positive emotions, reducing agitation and enhancing overall well-being. Soothing all 5 senses is a way to level up any garden experience. By using plants, natural materials, and man-made elements, you can create a garden that's more than just visually appealing. The sensory-rich garden is not only beneficial to our physical well-being, but also serves as a retreat for our minds and our souls. Whether you're a landscape architect, retail nursery business owner, or an experienced home gardener, you can help people experience unique and memorable outdoor spaces with a sensory garden. Follow Osbreed for more tips just like this.